we've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Phoenix Suns. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and courtside, Doris Burke. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Wiggins is out there with Garnett, and it's Pekovic in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
Yeah, Clark, I think they can really attack this club in the paint. That's where they can win this game if they dominate there.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Timberwolves making a switch here. Then it's checked in. Timeout call for Suns.
You know, before this recent streak, the last time the Suns went more than a season without making the playoffs was way back in 1988. Think just how long it's been for them not to be in the playoffs for more than a year. Wow, impressive.
This streak of the Suns missing the playoffs, of course, starting back in 2010, but 1988, a good deal of the Suns roster wasn't even born then.
Rubio, the pass to Bennett. And the officials call a traveling violation. So it's Phoenix now. Morris with the ball. Now defended by Bennett. Knocked away. And stolen by Bennett. Here's Martin. Offensive rebound. Wiggins kicks to Bennett. Into Pekovic. That is good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Phoenix with the ball. Clark, you look at last season with the Suns. They almost put an end to that streak last year, but ended one game shy of the playoffs. And back at Dallas for number 8 in the West.
Right in the mix until the final week, Kevin. They won't have the luxury of being slept on this year, though, as the league is fully aware of how capable that group is.
Martin with the bucket.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
From the corner. And too long on the shot.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Here's Bennett. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession. The Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Tucker. From 13, here's Len. Another shot. Great D that time from Pekovic.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes. A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
Yeah, and it all had to be perfect and in precision. That's not nearly as easy as they made it look. Anthony Bennett had one of the most dismal rookie seasons ever for a #1 overall pick. Really didn't come into camp in great shape. He had shoulder surgery, also had an asthma issue. So he's got to get himself in better condition as he furthers his career.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Boy, their frenetic defense has really been impressive, putting a lot of pressure on ball handlers and turning them over.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnover.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
Looks like they're going to have one of those days where they can do no wrong.
Well, they haven't done anything wrong so far. Double-digit lead already.
And the Suns call time here.
You know, Anthony Bennett apparently suffers from asthma and sleep apnea. That might have contributed. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that probably had to contribute to his struggles adjusting to the speed and the demands of the NBA game. Even at UNLV, one criticism was that his motor didn't always run at full throttle, and you can't be ramped up if you haven't slept up.
Phoenix making some changes. Danny Granger is checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Green in for P.J. Tucker. Hamilton's checked in for Minnesota. Bean comes in for Ricky Rubio. And for Bennett, the expectation, Steve, of course, of being the #1 overall pick will continue to weigh heavily on him. Not only now, but throughout his career, even amidst a weak draft class. That focus and attention can cut both ways.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think his inconsistent body language suggested that mentally the pressure was getting to him. Hopefully, he can find a way to get his game back on track.
And it's Wiggins missing.
I'll tell you what, the mid-range shot is not the easiest one to make, but when you've got daylight like he had there, I mean, those are shots you want to make.
Now here's Bledsoe. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's Granger with the jam. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Tied for 3. Timberwolves leading by 8. Martin goes in. And he gets it to go. Martin's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
And he gets it to go. Green's got his first points of the game.
Jeff Hornacek, who was the 46th pick back in 1986 and the 16th head coach in Suns franchise history. He surprised some people when he was named the Suns head coach, but he quickly proved himself and actually came in second for Coach of the Year after a terrific season.
They retain possession. Back to Granger. To the paint. Len dishes to Knight. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
A super defensive play. I mean, if that pass gets through, it's probably 2 points.
And he knew that. He knew if it gets through, it's a score, so that's why he sold out for it and got a hand on it.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gorky Dangs checked in for Hamilton. Garnett comes in for Anthony Bennett. And Shabazz Muhammad subbed in for Wiggins. Levine can't hit. And Coach Hornacek started as a special assistant in Utah, working on shooting skills with guys like Andre Kirilenko, Kyle Korver, and Wes Matthews.
Korver and Matthews really have become lasers as shooters. And, you know, Hornacek, after that work, went on to become an assistant coach in Utah for a couple of seasons. And some coaching turmoil in Phoenix prior to his arrival, but boy, he's settled in there nicely.
To the inside. Len passes to Knight. Here's Dang. Stolen by Len. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Now Bledsoe. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Into Green. Baseline J on the way. And he gets the bucket. Inside. Here's Dang. And he slams it one-handed. Well, now they're just going to town on him.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take so far on the Timberwolves?
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
Green outside at 3 with Morris at the 4. Bledsoe is out there with Brandon Knight. And it's Wright in at the 5, home in the paint. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Kevin Garnett is at the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. Doc Rivers won a title with him in Boston and simply can't say enough. As Coach Doc says, I get very emotional. He's the best teammate, the most unselfish superstar I've ever been around. Every coach should be able to coach KG just once to see what a true team player should be. Kevin, what a compliment.
A guy you love to play with and hate to play against. Doris, thanks. And there's the 3-second violation. Morris is checked in for Brandon Knight. Here's Muhammad. And Zhang kicks to Garnett. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
A nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Len comes in for Brandon Wright. And it's Granger in for Morris. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Wonderfully instinctive play right there. Sense just where that rebound was going, and it becomes an easy 2 for him.
Well, Clark, maybe they've had too many easy buckets tonight.
Well, it's something that needs to change. I mean, they should not be getting all these easy dunks off offensive putbacks. Can't pass up that kind of look.
Well, the Morris twins, Markieff and Marcus, drafted back-to-back with the last 2 picks of the lottery Back in 2011 out of the University of Kansas, Steve 13th and 14th overall.
Well, like a lot of twins, Kevin, they are extremely close. They live together. They even have the same tattoos. They were both thrilled when they were reunited with the Suns, and it showed on the court. They both played very well.
To the left side wing. Here's Muhammad. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 6 points for Shabazz Muhammad.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
Neal dishes to Jang. And he gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Payne, he's checked in for Garnett. Budinger comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. Martin's checked in for Gary Neal. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Wide open look. Here's Dang. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Here's Morris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. That one on Martin.
Well, you know, Marcus Morris enjoyed the best season of his young career in 2013-14. He set highs in every shooting percentage category. And he's one of many young players making impressive progress under the tutelage of Coach Hornacek.
Brandon Wright's checked in for Phoenix. Thornton comes in for Eric Bledsoe. And it's the Suns with the ball. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And Marcus Morris, more of a power forward with Kansas, transitioning to small forward at the NBA level. And after a tough start to his rookie season, of late he's demonstrated the shooting range that you need to play on the perimeter.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jang. And Marcus, the younger and slightly smaller of the Morris twins from Philadelphia. He's 6'9" and 235.
That's not too small, though, when you think about it. But he may be a bit more athletic than his brother Markieff. He still needs to improve defensively, but I think he's made nice progress so far.
But the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Pekovic with a screen on Thornton. And Payne slams it in.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
Minnesota with the ball.
Oh, how about that basketball, fans?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Man, that is a great move off the baseline and a big-time play at the basket.
Fantastic reverse dunk, Clark. Had to get up high for that one.
Boy, that's the kind of play, guys, you know this, that can really spark a team.
Timberwolves leading by 14. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kevin, the Suns are the talk of the Valley, but that's not all that's going on in Phoenix. USA Basketball is building a huge new $350 million training facility here. The over 10-acre site is scheduled to open in the fall of 2015. And guys, the Suns hoping those superstar players warm up to Phoenix in their time here.
And that couldn't hurt in free agency. Thanks, Doris. Brandon Knight's checked in for the Suns. Ricky Rubio checked in for Minnesota. Bennett's checked in for Minnesota.
Minnesota is in a bit of a difficult spot with their road games. They always have to travel a great distance to get to opposing sites because they're in the Western Conference, and that can take a toll over the course of the season.
Here's Thornton, following the score by Kevin Martin. That one goes. Count it. Timberwolves leading by 15. Bennett setting the pick for Martin. And it's good off the back rim and in. Martin's got 4 points in the quarter.
I guess you could say those lengthy travel distances for Minnesota took their toll last year, because the Timberwolves managed only 16 road wins a season ago.
That'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the boards.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
Wiggins is checked in for Chase Budinger. Warren. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. Warren's got his second bucket.
They've worked the ball around very well, and I'll tell you what, they continue to find good looks from mid-range.
Well, they're just taking what the defense is giving them because the defenders are backing off and daring them to shoot.
And no need to rush it. They can play for one shot.
And I think they should wait till about the 5-second mark to go for it.
Knight on the wing. He blocks it again. They recover it. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Timberwolves lead by 17. 2K Sports, back in a moment here from the U.S. Airways Center. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Martin is out there with Levine. And there's Bennett. Then it's Wiggins. That's Hamilton in the center position.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
And now the Suns, a fast break. Knight leading the charge. Thornton, no good. Minnesota leading by 15.
Thornton, a 6'4" guard, but you'll never confuse him for a point guard. A volume shooter. From the moment he takes the floor, he's looking to put points up in a hurry, and he can do just that.
Got that one up quick. Green's got 6. Throws it up high. Got a piece of it. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Markieff Morris is checked in for Phoenix. Minnesota also making some changes. Chang, he's checked in for Hamilton. Muhammad comes in for Wiggins. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. And it's Green missing.
Pretty good defense there. I mean, that's a shot that he can make, but they really challenged him.
Poked away. And stolen by Knight. And Anthony Bennett up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Suns making a switch here. Rangers checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Garnett's checked in. Minnesota with the ball. Phoenix able to drain the 3.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Timberwolves lead by 14. They kick it out to Green. uses the glass to finish the layup. Green's got 9 points here in the second half.
I love it when a player like this shakes off a poor first half and comes back strong like he has, showing a lot of confidence in his game.
And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And Muhammad gets it to go.
Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he? You know, last year the Wolves proved they were competitive. No teams pushed them around. But in the Western Conference, being competitive isn't enough to get you to the playoffs.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Morris is checked in for Granger. Warren comes in for Green. Marcus Morris is checked in for Knight. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Well, the Timberwolves had a losing record of 23-29 against the rest of the West. Steve, they weren't able to stay in playoff contention for too long.
Well, injuries were a part of that, but in general, this team is still missing a few pieces before they can climb that ladder out in the West.
Here's Bledsoe.
Watch out! Oh! That was wicked! How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
And there's the contact on the jam. He gets the whistle, but not the bucket, so 2 shots coming up for him.
Well, he stopped the dunk there. That was about the only play he could make.
Well, you don't like to foul, but you don't like to give up an easy dunk either.
Alex Len's checked in for Brandon Wright. Timberwolves also changing it up. Payne, he's checked in for Garnett. Gary Neal comes in for Kevin Martin. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Levine. Minnesota with the ball. Here's Payne off the inbound.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Len sets a screen for Bledsoe. Len's shot is off.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Alex Len, the number 5 overall pick last season by the Suns. He had to undergo ankle surgery just prior to the season. Played limited minutes, but they're hoping he can make that leap here in year 2. Very skilled big man.
And the Suns making a change here. Knight's checked in. Some changes for Minnesota. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That is his first foul of the game. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Warren.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those. Defender was in his jersey that time, Steve.
And it rattled him. He clearly was not comfortable at all on the release. Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfect. Watch out! Oh, what a throwdown there, man!
And he goes in for the dunk.
How about that? Snuck in off the baseline and then the sensational reverse jam.
How pretty was that? You're right, athletic basketball. Clark with a little bit of flair mixed in.
I like that flavor.
Flavor.
Me too.
Flavor and flair. I like that.
That shot a little beyond his normal range.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Timberwolves leading by 17. Neal passes to Budinger. Lets it fly. And Pekovic kicks to Payne. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Some changes for Phoenix. Danny Granger is checked in for Markieff Morris. Gerald Green comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Thornton in for Brandon Knight. And then for Minnesota, Hamilton's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Wiggins comes in for Chase Budinger. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Levine. And it's Rubio penetrating. Lets the 3 fly. No good from Hamilton. Suns trail by 17. Bledsoe is out there with Thornton. Then there's Len. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's Warren in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix. To the inside. Goes up to the stripe. Thornton. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Thornton's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Suns. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's Thornton again missing.
Yeah, that's a low percentage shot right there.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, he's got to be thinking out there a little better. Make the pass in that situation. Don't force a bad shot.
Phoenix with the ball. After the basket by Minnesota. Here's Len. The second chance effort. Here's Warren. Puts up a 3. Timberwolves leading by 17. And Bennett throws it down.
Well, he took that defender head on and threw down the 2-hander power jam.
Great power there, guys.
You gotta love his determination.
Timeout call, the Suns.
Well, just too many easy buckets, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. This timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here.
For the Suns, Brandon Wright's checked in for Len. Marcus Morris comes in for Danny Granger. And Knight subbed in for Marcus Thornton. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Levine's checked in for Ricky Rubio.
And, the rebounding edge here has been key because they're getting a lot of extra possessions offensively as a result.
Guys, you're absolutely right. It's made all the difference.
Good. Bennett's got 4 points this quarter.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane. Boy, just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Phoenix. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Right for three. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Wright. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Timberwolves leading by 18. There's Neal with the three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Wright's got 4 rebounds in this game. There's the three. And again, it's the Suns missing. And Pekovic kicks to Levine. And Morris comes over to help. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Kept alive. Kicks to Warren. Here's Knight. And another shot. No good at the rim. Here's Wiggins. The dish to Bennett. Into Pekovic. Doubled by Knight. And Bennett throws it down.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was a safety move.
Or maybe he just wanted to give the photographers a better angle for the shot.
Timberwolves leading by 18. And Neal kicks to Pekovic. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Green, he's checked in for Phoenix. And then for Minnesota, Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Anthony Bennett. Martin comes in for Gary Neal. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
And Phoenix making a change here. Rangers checked in. Jang, he's checked in for Minnesota. And it's slammed in by Thornton.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively, ready to react and make a play.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
Yeah, that's 4 straight trips, guys, where their passes have ended up in scores. 4 straight assists. Great team play.
Snatched up. Tries again. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Timberwolves?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half is carried right over into the second.
You know, they're taking care of business in the paint, too. Those are valuable points they've been getting down low.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Marcus Thornton. Minnesota also with the sub. Levine's checked in. And that one's good. 16 points for Martin.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for the Timberwolves.
Clark, look at their number of assists.
Well, they minimized the one-on-one situations, Kevin. They got the ball moving, and it found the open guy.
Great ball movement. You're right. Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a
bringing down the house.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
Timberwolves leading by 18. Levine passes to Garnett. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, Kevin Garnett came into this league straight out of high school, initially a 6'9" small forward, but he continued to grow and has been listed at 6'11" for most of his career. For whatever reason, he's never embraced actually being called a 7-footer.
And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Ricky Rubio checked in for Levine. And Garnett, every bit 7 feet tall. And in his prime, one of the most mobile and agile 7-footers the league has ever seen.
Yeah, and one of the best jump shooting 7-footers from that 15 to 18-foot range as well. Led the league in rebounds per game 4 consecutive seasons from 03 to 07. Looks like one of those guys that was made to play the game.
Bledsoe for 3. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Garnett goes in. Martin wide open. He fires.
Well, they're not going to get back into this game when they commit frustration fouls like that one.
How about exasperation fouls? I mean, that's what it looked like to me. It's an indication of the kind of game they've been having.
Minnesota making a switch here. Bennett's checked in.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
12 seconds left in the game. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
It's tipped. Martin wide open. He fires off target. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Pekovic.
On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we simulate the finals in NBA 2K15, show off your top dunks of the year, and make a special announcement. So click on this button below to start